Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch Make the New World Order Great Again. Yay! It's amazing how so many people that not really that long ago were so adamant about how bad the New World Order, the World Economic Forum, and the Agenda 2030 and all of this stuff is, all of this deep state globalization, North American Union, it's all bad. And now the building blocks, the actual real building blocks, not just plans and obscure things, but like out in your face, overt movements to make those things happen. People are cheering it on. Funny how that works. I said, a long time ago, and I took so much heat for it. I have taken a lot of flack, and I don't care. I'm not complaining. I'm not asking for sympathy. But that I felt that what was going to be happening with the whole, great reset, new world order, blah, 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 was not this movement of the left per se. Because I felt that most of the people that were very left-leaning, socialist, Marxist ideologies and stuff, they already had them in the bag. They had to get the other side. And so they're pushing, excuse me, they're pushing the left, super ultra far left, so that the right can be pushed to the left too, and be where the left used to be, and say, well, at least we're not as crazy as those liberals. At least we're not as bad as Kamala Harris. At least we're not as bad as Joe Biden. At least we're not those far, far radical left. Yes, but you're still far left of where conservatism used to be. And that the plot was not to win over the left and for them to rise up, because they're not going to. And they already won them over. But the plot is to win over the conservative right. And I think that's what's happening. This Canada, Greenland, Panama, Mexico stuff, I know that there's a lot of people, it's great, make it all American. America's great, we're gonna make America bigger. This is like Club of Rome stuff, folks. This is Agenda 2030. This is the Great Reset plan that's being played out right before your eyes. It is. And if you think that the World Economic Forum is just a bunch of far lefties, take a look at their membership, because there's a whole lot of conservatives. Even people that are going to be on the new administration, and was on his last administration, that are part of the World Economic Forum. They're all buddies. All of these folks. And these plans, they're being sold as this great patriotic, expansion. And maybe that's all it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is. But I think it's not. I guess now he's announced that we're going to change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. A lot of people are clapping about that. Eventually there'll be a unified currency. People be clapping about that. Unified passport, that's already been talked about. Some kind of unified ID, so that you can go from Canada and to Greenland and Mexico and Panama and all these other places easily. There's another, and it'll be digital based. Whether or not you get an actual card doesn't matter. It'll be digitally based. I promise you that. So will the new currency. And if you look on a big map, you've got Russia moving to take over its areas around it, expanding it. You've got Israel in the Middle East under the Abraham Accords, creating peace in the Middle East, but yet also kind of unifying everyone under some kind of thing. It's happening everywhere. This is moving towards the old New World Order, globalist, union type stuff that's been pushed for a long time. None of this stuff is brand new. None of it. It has been repackaged, new wrapping paper, a nice pretty bow on it, and they may call it a different name. But it's the exact same stuff that's been talked about since at least the 1960s. At the minimum, from the 1960s. And we're watching this stuff happen. I really do think that Biden was put into office to throw everything, to throw the people, not to throw the stuff that's happening off, to throw the people off. Like, oh my goodness, this is so radically far left insanity. You know, we got guys dressed as women in the White House, and it's disgusting. It's so horrible that when the conservative gets back into office and the policies that they're pushing are actually very much towards the left, we're like, whew, man, that's way more conservative than what we've had. Oh, I did vote for the lesser of two evils. Whew, this is way better. There are people watching me right now that are absolutely just, their minds are exploding. You're hating me. Well, what was I supposed to do? Vote for Kamala Harris? She was way worse. Well, I'd like to know who you voted for. Who did you vote for, huh? I've heard it all. I don't care. I saw through this PsyOp years ago, folks. I've been trying to warn people about it. It's been a big old PsyOp. And most of the people have fallen for it. And it's all working, I think, probably exactly how they planned it. And you're going to see the North American Union. You're going to see you're going to see the world broken up into districts. Okay, like I said, this is a Club of Rome thing. This is all of it. Great Reset, New World, Agenda 2030 plan. It's all part of it. These are all the same things, but basically. And we're watching different regions kind of form up, and then you're going to have central leadership over those regions. And you may be a one person running it all, or one committee or whatever. We're now we're trying to get involved in European politics. You've got, Elon Musk saying that America's going to come to save the day. And he's trying to disrupt things, talk about things in Germany and France and England and stuff. Trying to push different agendas, getting the people that they want into power. I said, because I don't know, I was trying to be optimistic. I was trying to be somewhat fair. I said that I felt the best case scenario with Donald Trump getting into office would be that the globalist kind of agenda would maybe slow down a bit. I didn't think it would completely go away and be destroyed, that it would kind of slow down a little bit. And I'm going to have to take those words back, because I think it's going to speed up. I think it is. When the new, he's not the new speaker, Johnson, he got re-elected or whatever, so he's speaker again. One of the things he said is that we're going to destroy the deep state. The deep state. The term deep state, that whole concept, I think that's another PsyOp. Because there is no deep state. The state itself is the deep state. So they're trying to make you believe that there's people in the state that are the good guys, the white hats fighting for freedom, and then there's those bad deep state people. They're all the same people, folks. They're all. And so they've got you believing that there's this good guys and the bad guys. And even though the good guys, we don't like what they do and we don't agree with them, they're way better than those bad guys. So we've got to buddy up with them. when the reality is the good guys and the bad guys are all working together for the same big plan. And I think it's happening. I know, I'm crazy. I'm a lunatic. I'm an awful person. Some of you hate me. I don't care. I sleep well at night. At least I don't have problems sleeping because of what you say on here. But it's starting to get really difficult to prove me wrong. And I'm not saying this to be proven right. I'm just saying it's getting really pretty difficult to. You need to be getting seriously ready. I think that this stuff is going to move so fast. I think it's going to blow you away. You're going to wake up soon, probably a few months, and America's already going to be expanding. I mean, it looks like, I think the whole Greenland thing's going to get wrapped up soon. I mean, we're talking probably maybe weeks away. Who knows? And I don't know, maybe Canada too. There's talk of this new prime minister that everyone thinks is going to get put in. He might be the one that's kind of all for this. You don't know. We may end 2025 being a much bigger country. And like I said, there's been a lot of push for, a different currency system and stuff. Well, if they do this, or even if Canada and the United States don't, if Canada doesn't become another state, if there's a more unified union between the two, that's going to be one of the things. Well, we got to fix this currency. We can't have two different currencies, and they're both the exchanges and all that kind of. And same with Mexico, and part of the reasons why all these illegals want to come up here from Mexico is because of their economic problems. And if we all just had this one unified currency and stuff, it'd take care of a lot of things. So let's have a unified currency, this this North American euro dollar thingy. But let's make it digital, because it's way, way simpler. Way simpler. I mean, you're already using digital money anyways when you use your credit card. And that's digital money. So it'll be way easier, trust me. You'll never notice it. The transition will be smooth and flawless. And the vast majority of the people will say, okay. They'll love the idea of being able to travel all over North American continent and not have to stop at borders, because that'll be great. I mean, you're going to have a unified ID, right? And because we're expanding things so much, we need to have it needs to be digital so that we can monitor and figure out who all the bad guys are. And I mean, when we're going this much digital and this many people and this much infrastructure, we probably need to have these super AI computers manage it, because it's just too much for humans to handle. Makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, it's happening. There's already talk, like from Trump camp, that using military force to deal with Panama and Mexico and to potentially take them and stuff is not off the table, and that economic force would be used to get Canada. Just better get ready. Whatever your plans have been to prepare, you better get them serious, and you better be moving a little bit faster than what you've been in the past, because I think things are going to be rapidly changing soon. Get your houses in order. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.